Okay, started.
Thank you. All right. Today is Monday, April 27th, 2020, and this is the Kubernetes CSI implementation meeting. Um, so let's go jump into our 119 status. As a announcement, the release team has put together a new release schedule. I think what's basically happening is we're going to be dropping one release this year and extending the 119 and the 120 cycles. So the new enhancements freeze has been moved out 2 weeks to May 19th. So that is, what is that? Oops. That is 3 weeks from now. So we should still continue all of the discussions that we're having right now so that we can make the deadline.
What is the
All right.
benefit of dropping the release? Like, why did they do it?
I think it's just that right now, um, right now, a lot of companies out there are sort of, really not able to keep up with the current pace of development given the whole situation.
Yeah.
So,
So it's an intentional slowing down of the rate of change. That's the theory.
yes,
Okay,
yes,
makes
because
sense.
Kubernetes releases are pretty heavy, right? It involves a whole lot of people, docs teams and release teams to like track everything and um, and there's like big announcements and stuff, and then all the consumers of Kubernetes they need to upgrade and stuff so that they stay up to date.
So what is the new proposed release date for 19?
Let's take a look.
Is this already final or still being discussed?
I think they're done discussing,
Okay,
I believe. So yeah, so we
what
have
has changed?
enhancements freeze on May 19th,
Uh-huh.
code freeze. I mean, hasn't really changed. It's still like a week after or a month after week enhancements
Mm-hmm.
freeze. Um, and then like what is this? A week-ish for 2 weeks for docs, and another month after that before it's released. So I think it looks like the biggest change is that there's the time in between code freeze and the actual release has been extended by maybe 2 weeks or so.
Mm-hmm. And then the following 1.9, 1.20 will be like
End
3
of the year.
months, end of the year. Oh, okay. So that will be longer than the usual 3 months.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Both 119 and 120 are going to be extended.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. All right, so let's go down our 119 feature status. All right. First up, there is a PR out that is trying to change the way that we clean up the metadata file we do for every mount. And I think Hamant is taking a look at this. But if you're also interested in this area, please take a look. Next up, let's see. I seem to have lost the PR here, but Fabio is working on removing V1 Beta 1 CSI node in the external provisioner. That has the problem of CI no longer working on 116 with the latest provisioner image. I think we have discussed a agreeable workaround or solution. So I think it's just waiting on Fabio to go ahead and try that out. Let's see. Also going on, I think we're still trying to migrate our image publishing over to the Kubernetes staging process. Patrick, do you have an update on the status of this?
Yeah, I've not checked it myself, but I think it does now publish images, at least for people from IBM who are doing for S390 today reported that the images are apparently produced but don't contain the expected binary due to some platform configuration issues. They basically get the AMD binary inside the image that's supposed to be for S390. So it's making progress. I think there were some issues with publishing. Well, I take that back. I think they have not figured out how to actually push to the public staging area because they need to reconfigure the build jobs a bit. But yeah, it's moving forward.
Okay, awesome. And I think Jing was also pinging me about this because she's trying to get Windows images published as well. So I think she'll probably want to leverage the same whatever we're doing here
I'm
for the
not
Linux stuff, but for Windows.
I'm not sure whether that will be supported because we basically depend on this image container build infrastructure. I think that's from Google actually. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so she was
I,
doing some experimentation and she said that you can actually build Windows containers using on Linux machines using Docker X.
okay. So yeah, that sounds similar to what's being tried here. So the current approach is still like in an experimenting phase where we have one new Docker file that is for when invoked with buildx for multiple target platforms. Whether that then also happens to work if one of those target platforms is Windows, yeah, depends, I guess, also a bit on the base image. So the current experiment is for node driver registrar, and it's using the standard distro-less base image. If that is available for Windows, that would be perfect. But what
Yeah,
I've
I
seen so
think it
far
should
is
be.
that yeah, if it is, then fine, that may work.
Okay, so maybe one thing, once we figure out the issue with publishing the other image, then I think once we can do that, then I will ask Jing to also start investigating how to extend that to work for Windows. Um,
So right now the experimentation happens in node driver registrar.
which is
And
good because we need
uh,
that for Windows too.
yeah, and the way how it works is that people just submit an update, and we need to merge the PR because the building only happens after merging. So there are multiple iterations right now where we just merge some change, wait for the post-merge build job to run, and then we get a build log telling us whether that worked or not. And if it didn't, we need to try something else. It's kind of a bit slow, but that's how it is.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks so much for driving this and seeing it through.
Well, it's most credit now goes to IBM. They are really driving that at the moment. I'm just helping out a bit.
All right, thank you. So let's see. Next up is Windows. I think Deep and Jing are not here, so I mean, so the main progress I think right now is they're scoping out what they need to do for beta and also to get the image publishing working so that they can also run tests, CI, E2E tests and stuff too. All right. Next up is volume health.
So I'm still reviewing Nick's PR. So he has PR updated it. I think there is also still some problem with the CI, so I need to see what is missing.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and ping me if you have
Okay,
questions
yeah,
on that.
yes.
All right. Next up is snapshots.
So snapshots, I submitted a PR to add the change log for the 211. If you have time to take a look. Once that's merged,
Okay.
then I can cut a release for that. Other than that, I think Shangchen has been updating the metrics PR. There's also today there is a new PR that is to move this the APIs to a separate Go package. So, but I think I think the directory is not right. So I just added some comments there because we need to have this V2 thing there. The PR actually removed the V2, so I think that's not right.
Okay, sounds good.
And
Awesome.
Grand is you are still updating that E3 test, right? So do you need the reviews?
Yeah, it's ready for review again. I just updated it a couple days ago.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Next up is volume expansion. Is Hamat here? I guess so. We had a meeting about this last week, and I think I'm not sure what the conclusion was. Do we need another meeting, or is it we need to discuss at the next CSI meeting?
I think there is one thing that we haven't got to, which is the bug that I opened. So this is the fourth one. I think the rest of them we have discussed. He needs to follow up with Chris on one issue, I think, but offline, what the node expansion. I'm not sure. There is one thing. I'm sorry.
We do need to follow up.
Yeah. Your sound, your voice is broken up. Okay. Yeah, seems like you're hard to.
Sorry, Ben. Something's wrong with your audio.
Yeah. So there are. Yeah, I think we did resolve a few things, and also he's going to the CSI community meeting to bring up that some change in the CSI spec, relaxing that.
And it looks like it's this week, right?
Yeah.
This Wednesday. All right. So hopefully we can make some progress on that.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. What else do we have? Oh, here it came to the bottom. That's why I didn't see it. Oh, come on. Okay. All right. Anything else anyone wants to talk about for 119?
Is that the story pool one is not tracked here?
Storage pools?
I guess we don't have a project for it yet. I think
Oh, okay.
I think the main thing we need to do now is focus on the KEP. And then once the KEP is agreed upon, then we can start sort of populating a project with like all of the different items that need to be implemented.
Okay, yeah, so I will need to follow up with you on that because I actually talked to Patrick a little bit. I added some comments on that, the mapping between storage class and storage pool. For us, is actually one storage class, too many storage pools. I actually found there is some write-up from you, this is a long time ago, several months ago, about that when Christian just submitted that. You actually had some ideas. I think we need to follow up on that one and see if that one works. So I will ping you.
Okay.
After
yeah.
that. Yeah.
So I think the storage class to storage pool mapping is something that we need to iron out.
Yeah. So you actually in your, at that time, actually you have this proposal which has a storage pools, multiple storage pools in one storage class. So I will see if that still works. I will need to look at that with you and see.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Any other topics? All right, then we'll end the meeting for today. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks.